guys are eating during the exercise. There are some research whether you should eat before or after the exercise. But obviously, you should not eat anything during the workout.
I don't care. We love chocolate.
Proper diet and regular exercise are a foundation of losing weight, building muscle mass, and keeping the body in good shape. Lately, people tend to worry more about the impact of nutrition on physical performance and health. While some strongly believe that calorie intake before physical activities is more beneficial, others think that eating after working out has a better effect on health. Therefore, it is important to better know if eating before or after exercise has a higher impact on the human body.
Okay, let's find out when you should eat.
Creating a food plan to match your exercise plan is like choosing shoes to match your activity. You wouldn't wear snow boots on a tennis court the same way you wouldn't consume a holiday meal before a long swim, claims Christy Simon in ACSM Health and Fitness Journal. Taking into account the calorie intake, you can make your training even more beneficial. Doing exercises being fasted may cause nausea, fatigue, or general malaise, while fat exercise can lead to heaviness in stomach or weakness. However, it's important to consider the human body's individuality. Your own physique and health may dictate whether or not it's better to work out on a full or empty stomach. The main source of energy comes from carbohydrates, which are broken down into glucose and stored in the muscles. When exercising on an empty stomach, your body does not have readily accessible energy. Accordingly, it starts to burn the glycogen reserves. It's important that the rate of fat oxidation increases during exercise performed in the fasted state. Thus, if you need to reduce the amount of fat, you might consider working out more while fasted.
To conduct the study appropriately, we first created a Google Forms survey to investigate the topic and collect data. Then, we found 2 members of public willing to participate in the experimental part of the study. Due to the unforeseen circumstances, 3 group members also took part in the experiment. First, all participants were asked some questions regarding the topic.
Do you think you should eat before or after exercise?
Though depending on our experience in testing, I think I probably prefer to exercise after having a meal.
After exercise is more better because if you eat before the exercise, you feel heavy and it's not comfortable for exercises.
Before doing any exercises, participants completed physical activity readiness questionnaire to make sure that everyone qualifies. To investigate the difference between eating before and after exercise, participants performed specific set of exercises 2 times for 8 to 12 minutes. In the first part of the experiment, the workout was done right after waking up at 9 a.m., while in the second part, measurements were taken 2 hours after lunch at 3 p.m. The heart rate before and after exercise, calories burned, workout duration were recorded for further analysis. All measurements were made using the same Apple Watch Series 5.
And now let's consider the results.
The conducted survey has a critical factor, and the results collected should be generalized to the entire population without significant discrepancies or inconsistencies. Overall, the survey involved 16 people of different ages from 18 to 22 years. All the survey volunteers have different backgrounds both in sports and study. Most of the participants are from engineering and science schools. 1/5 of people were engaged in martial arts, while others played team sports, did jogging and workout. More than half do sports from 3 to 7 hours a week. On average, participants eat 4 times a day, and quarter respondents prefer to eat before training, while the rest eat fruits or protein-rich products after physical activity. Let's move on to the results of the experiment. All results were recorded manually and then transferred to the chart of data collection. As mentioned before, 5 people took part in the experiment, in which they did a cross-training session for 8 to 12 minutes. Eating at least 6 hours before training, participants had an average difference between starting and ending heart rate of 62 BPM. This indicator for the second part of the experiment, where participants ate 2 hours before training, is almost the same, 59 BPM. As for calories burned, there is noticeable difference in the experiments. In the first experiment, each participant burned about 113 calories per session, while the second experiment they burned about 122 calories. So participants burned 7.6% more calories without eating before exercise.
Now, when we have the results, it's perfect time to make a conclusion.
To summarize, there is no significant difference between eating before and after the training in terms of stress that the body experiences. However, our participants noted that the training session was much easier without eating prior to.
So we also have noticed that you can burn more calories when you are hungry. So for weight loss purposes, it's quite reasonable to work out before having a meal. But as we have already said, there isn't much difference, so everyone should make their own decision.